We're locked in. I'm gonna get started in about 60 seconds exactly. So if you're watching this video after it's been recorded, just wait about 60 seconds. We're gonna go live. Hope you had a good Tuesday so far. Tomorrow's hump day. It's my son right here. We're gonna go over some tech jobs, who's hiring, different things like that around the tech world, who's hiring, how to get hired yourself. Man, I'm choking on something. We got one person in here. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. So, the reason why I'm doing this is to talk about some tech jobs that are hiring, what you can do to get hired, um, or if you're in the tech world already, you need to transition to another role. The greatness of tech jobs, how tech jobs have changed my life and stuff like that. We're going to go over all that stuff, man. So, if you need a community of people to support you and to learn about different information and different jobs that are out there, there's a Facebook group called Black Man in Technology. You can spell it out just like that, Black Men in Technology, where we try to post valuable information. If you're in the tech world, there's a lot of different black tech groups, but the black men said they wanted a space for themselves, so I went ahead and created it. So you want to spell it out fully, Black Man in Technology. Answer a few questions there. You can get in. You can come hang out with us, right? And I posted in there today that I don't really see a lot of black males in, where I work and just kind of going through the industry in general. If you just look at the data, you don't really see a lot of black males. And I asked the question in the group, what can I do about that? And so someone asked, am I hiring? And or is my employer hiring, right? And so I actually went to my employer's website, and of course, like most employers, they are hiring. And I noticed a common theme in a lot of the jobs are like analysts, data analysts, financial analysts. They pretty much require one or two particular skills that you can learn in 6 months. All right. You probably hear that often, that you can do something or go to some IT boot camp in 6 months. But this particular one I can speak to that you definitely can learn this skill, learn these one or two skills in about 6 months. Right. One of the skills is SQL, SQL. Another one is Tableau, Tableau. So I'm gonna give you a quick story about SQL and Tableau. You guys can look that up. SQL is a programming language, and then Tableau is a software that companies use to visualize data. So all these roles are around data. You've been seeing like data science, um, data coordinator, data engineers, a little more high tech. Data architects, more high tech as well. But if you're just starting out, you're trying to get a foot in the door. Data analyst is something you can definitely do. Takes 6 months to learn. What's up, Maria? Maverick says hi. Takes about 6 months to learn, and I've seen plenty of people learn it in less time and thrive. And so, if you just go to my employer's website, you just type in SQL in the career section, you see 33 roles pop up that lets you know that there is for sure a demand. What's going on, David? What's going on, David? That lets them know that there's for sure demand for this stuff. So, use Tableau to develop internal reports. SQL knowledge required. Ex- Excel expertise preferred. Presentation and communication skills. Manage and collect data, feedback to improve application. You see this theme in pretty much all of the roles. I'm not going to read every single role, but you pretty much see that theme in all the roles. Ability to organize data using SQL, using Tableau. This is something you can learn in 6 months. Um, This is something my wife learned in 6 months, where she's working now as a data scientist. She went to a boot camp some of you may be familiar with. It's called SMU Boot Camp. You can Google that, SMU at Data Science Boot Camp. It's a 6 month boot camp. It was a little over 10,000, or maybe it was just 10,000 when she went. When I looked it up today, it was almost 12,000. Um, and you learn all these things beyond just learning. They have actual like work labs where you can create projects and create products that you can show off to people, right? And SMU is not the only option. There's a lot more expensive and there's a lot more cheaper options if you want to learn data science. But you're talking about a 10, really, I'm sure you can find $5,000 boot camps. I'm sure you can find less, but for quality boot camps, you're probably talking about between $5,000 and $12,000. 6 months of work. I'm sure you can find some that are 9 to 5 boot camps. I'm sure you can find 3 hour a night boot camps. But I would say 5 to 12,000 um, will allow you to find a quality boot camp where you can take 6 months of studying, 6 months of creating work, creating products and projects that you can then show your future employer. So you're not just speaking about your ability, you're actually showing them your ability. Um, and then, of course, get hired. When you're looking at these career websites, I know a lot of people get discouraged. They see 5 years, 1 year, 2 year experience. So they're automatically like knocking themselves out of the water. But I'm telling you, if you have this portfolio, is what we refer to it as, if you have this portfolio of work, which you should do yourself in your own free time or that you should do with your boot camp, that stuff will push you directly into the door. Um, there's a lot of concern about like imposter syndrome and a lot of concern about lack of experience. Don't worry about any of those things. Don't worry about imposter syndrome. Don't worry about lack of experience. If you go through a quality boot camp that allows you to build projects and to build up your portfolio, you can take that to your employer. Doesn't matter if you're 18, 19, 20 years old. You can take that to your employer and say, hey, I've done the things you've asked in your job role. I am qualified. What's up? Cut the check. So return on investment, right? We're talking about return on investment. Let's say you're investing $10,000 in a 6 month boot camp and you come out and you get a $70,000 job. Well, they always say the best investment is yourself. I would concur. If you are spending 10,000 to train in a year and you're making 70,000 gross in a year, that's $60,000 profit. Um, that is a obvious high ROI. $60,000 return on a $10,000 investment. You do the math, right? So if you just go through any large company, mid-sized, small level company, you type in analyst in the career section, you type in SQL, that's SQL in the career section, just know you're looking at something that you can learn in 6 to 7 months and get paid up to 70,000 as a beginner. Not a real age restriction, not a real background restriction. This is something I see often. So, to the person, I'm going to try to bring some people in here. Let me see if I can bring. Let me see if I can bring somebody else in here who can talk a little bit about their tech experience. If y'all have any questions for me, y'all can of course let me know. I'm going to try to invite somebody on here to come say what's up with your boy. Yeah, $10,000 investment, learn SQL. Pretty much no reason why a lot of people can't thrive in this. I just invited somebody on here. Um, what's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate y'all for the thumbs up. So we're talking about SQL, which is a programming language. We're talking about Tableau as well. All these are entry level jobs that you can get your daughter or your son into. Um, and they can go on to learn a lot more. Some other popular language you see around the data science space is Python. What's up, David? I need to pull up on you, man. I need to come pull up on there, you and your family. Um, Python is something you see a lot too. Um, but you don't only see Python in like the data science space. You see Python a lot for people who might be like network engineers. Um, I've even seen people who are, I'm not too familiar with this side, but like Angular development. Yeah, he chilling, Snoop. He just hanging out, man. He just went to sleep like 5 minutes ago. You see a lot of people use Python because it helps them shorten the tasks that they do at work. So um, you got Python, SQL, Tableau, that's a software. Excel, yeah, Microsoft Excel. If you know Microsoft Excel, you can definitely get paid out here. 60, $70,000 starting out. Absolutely. Where to learn these things besides SMU, besides investing in yourself? You can learn it through YouTube University, Coursera, if you're a self-starter, if you're a self-learner. Um, there's another popular platform. I can't think the name of it right now. Um, but it's a pretty popular one that a lot of people go to and pay for classes. Your boy. Yeah, any questions? I know who I can ask to come in here, come say what's up with me. Yeah, any questions y'all got? I'm gonna hang out here for a wheezy. Me and man, invite my girl on here too. I shared some resources last year about if your kid is into Roblox, there's some resources I shared to help them become a Roblox developer and to help them become a developer in other areas too, like Linux. That's also something I shared last year. If you have a child that's into Roblox, they can learn about they can learn about that stuff. What's up, Joshua? Yeah, if they're into Roblox, if they're into video games, there's a lot of resources I can share, specifically like Linux for kids and Roblox development for kids. There's a lot of great resources where your child, pretty much is recommended for you from like age 5 to 15. If they are into Roblox or into computers or video games, they can learn how to develop um, in a video game like environment. It'll be almost like playing video game, but they're actually learning. I may go live about that because a lot of people reached out to me and I was able to share a lot of resources. Um, and don't worry about if it's safe or anything like that. That's not what we're talking about. I know there's a lot of people who are concerned about the safety of Roblox. We're really just talking about Roblox coding and how it can get them to um, other aspects of technology. So yeah, if you Google Roblox for kids or Roblox developing for kids, you'll see a lot of different resources. If enough people reach out to me again, I may go live about that and how you can use your kids' interest in video games and Roblox and transform that into coding and programming. If you're just coming in, we're talking about different roles that I see available on my employer's website, um, how to make your workplace more diverse, what it takes to get hired, just about 6 months of grinding, 6 months of learning SQL, Tableau, Excel. I'm talking about the different people I've seen do it, like my wife. She learned it in 6 months. You can go to something that's self-starting, like on YouTube or on Coursera, or you can pay for a boot camp. She went through SMU at Data Science Boot Camp. I think it was almost 10,000. But there's cheaper boot camps. There's 5,000, 6, 7,000. At the end of these boot camps, you want to make sure you have a portfolio You want to be able to show off the products you developed and created, and be able to use that as proof to potential employers that you qualify for the job. It's not just about learning the skills, it's about coming out with proof. Um, so that really limits the amount of gatekeepers that you see in tech and in IT. If you enter a lot of tech groups, you see a lot of people talking about gatekeepers and stuff, but really the gatekeeper is usually your mind. You don't think you can do it. You don't think it's worth your time. You think it's too hard. You think other people are supposed to do with it. You think you're just supposed to do other kind of work. But I'm telling you, when you go into the tech space, you're going to see a lot of black people. Not enough, but you will see a lot of black people, and you're going to try to spread this gospel about how it's not as hard as a lot of people make it. So my time's come to an end. If y'all have any questions, leave it in the comment. If you want me to make another video about Roblox programming for kids, I will. Other than that, appreciate you giving me the time. Mav and I says good night.